Hey guys, it's your boy Max. Today I am doing a review on my Heads of Harry and Face Ripper made by Magic Power. We're going to start with Heads of Harry and move on to Face Ripper. Now, Heads of Harry is one of my very first life-sized animatronics. He was made back in 2006 but sold in 2007 at Walmart and Kmart. He fully works except for his mouth has a split gear in it, which I would fix, but I don't want to tear him apart. Um, his eyes move, his sound works good, his neck lights up. Um, he has a try me button on the base, and he has a light sensor, as well as volume control and um, his volume control and on off switch. He does have light sensor mode. This prop, quite a popular one, I should say. They do make several versions of this guy, and if you guys know my friend Spirit Fan, hit him up in the YouTube section. Just search Spirit Fan on YouTube. He has a variety of cool animatronics that he displays and talks about, and he also has the Heads Up Harry prop as well as the Clown, Witch, Groom, Scarecrow, Frankenstein. Let's see. I think ground. He has a groundbreaker, and then he has a regular version. Um, he says two sayings, and he's one thing I love about these guys when I first saw him is how real he looks. I believe when they made him, they actually took molds of actual people for the guy, or they custom made it to look as realistic because he looks real. He has a suit on, he has a jacket and a tie, black pants, black shoes. So I'm going to plug him in. Let's see. Um, he does come apart. Let's see. Plug him in, and we're going to demonstrate him for you. Alright, so here is the Heads of Harry uh, regular version in action. But before I demo him, I just want to give a shout out to my good friend Steven, who sold me this guy about 3 years ago. I was very excited to receive him. I've been looking for one in good condition. And so I found him, and the guy, we talked up a deal, 250 bucks. Um, and he arrived, and I love this guy. I mean, he's in great shape. His clothes are not really faded. Well, they are a little faded, but his clothes aren't faded as much as most props. Because I keep them inside most of the time until the day of Halloween that I bring them out. Um, this year, he did have one issue. When I had him outside the day before Halloween, it did snow. Surprisingly, um, the only thing that quit working were his eyes froze up, but that's about it. And his motor sounded like it was going to fry. But these props, since their circuit board is not in the base, it's actually in the chest, meaning that his base was covered in snow, keep in mind. Um, and he was covered in snow. I mean, he looked like a ghost. So I pulled him inside, let him thaw out, plugged him in, and he works great. I was very shocked to see that even in the really cold environment that he was outside, with the snow on him, he still works. And that tells you how good of animatronics these back in the day they were. So here we go. I believe he is fully. Turn the volume up. Alright, here is Heads of Harry in action.
Hey, dude, come here. I bet you can't do this. Will it be trick or treat? Hey, you want to see it again? Hey, come here. Got something to show you. better view of the situation. Wow, I can see my grave from here. Much better.
So that was Heads Up Harry. Quick little overview. I love this guy. One of my favorite props. I like him more than Face Ripper, and I will be honest. I love Face Ripper, but I think Harry just got better phrases, and he's more serious than Face Ripper is. But I love Face Ripper due because he's also cool in the fact that instead of ripping his head off, he rips his face off. Which honestly, in real life, if you were to be skinned alive and you had to rip your face off, that would hurt a lot more than being decapitated. Unless you were a zombie, then it might hurt. But here's Face Ripper, made by the same company. Sorry, I got a bunch of stuff in the way. Another thing to note about Face Ripper is he's also really good in cold weather. If I were to have him outside right now, overnight, and I brought him back in, he'd still work. Actually, fun fact, he was left outside. I had to bring Harry in because he fell over. And I was worried that he would broke. But I checked the back of his head. Yep, no cracks, no damage. Face Ripper, if he had fallen over, he would have shattered. He's much more brittle than Harry is, not as well built. But he does work well. And I like the fact that on Face Ripper, instead of taking his head off, he pulls his face down, which is kind of interesting because I thought when I first got him that the arms pulled his face down. But actually, it's all in the chest. So when he pulls his face down, it's all in the chest. It's all right down here. There's a pulley in there, or a mechanism back here that turns and it pulls his face down. So I thought that was pretty cool. He does have different phrases than Heads Up Harry. They do make two versions of this version. They make the butler version, which has the poofy hair and the purple suit on. And then they make this kind of gruff-looking graveyard version of him, I should say. And I like this version better just because he's much creepier than the other version. I just feel like the long hair he has is just looks creepier in a sense, and his clothes are a lot more torn and he's got this chain and tie. So I just think he looks more creepy than the other one. But they both say the same things. The only thing with him is his mouth moves, his mask pulls down. The lights up here work, but his eyes do not light up, and that's due to because the eyes move back and forth. So I'm guessing what happened was the wire fell off on both eyes, and that's why his eyes don't work. And I heard that's a bitch to get back on, so he's fine. And even Harry, he never even had light up eyes, so I mean, I think that's fine. So we're gonna plug this guy in. He has two phrases. He also has the same base as Harry. People always ask, what would happen if I switched these two? You'd probably fry them both, which is not good. So we're going to plug this guy in. Turn his volume all the way up. But before I demo him, make note that this guy is from 2008. This guy was sold in 2007, and then they made the Face Ripper. I still wish they made them. I think they were really cool back in the day. They looked very realistic. They're fun. The kids love these guys. When on Halloween this year, kids came up and they couldn't stop pressing the buttons on both of these. They loved the animation of them. So here is Face Ripper in action.
Hey, who goes there? Do you think your Halloween costume is really scary? I bet mine is even scarier. Here, let me show you. What are you looking at? Come here. I want to show you something. Can you do this? Oh, you can you? Well then, can you do this? I kids.
So that is Face Ripper. As you can see, he works flawlessly. I love this guy. His hands are plastic, whereas Harry's are, I believe, a very thick rubber. Um, they both are classics. Um, and if I had to choose which one I'd like more, it'd be Harry. I love Face Ripper, but Harry's just that much cooler. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next Halloween. I know it's December, but what the hell? I'm doing it now. Fuck it. So happy Halloween from Heads of Harry and Face Ripper. If you like this video, give a like up. And if you have one of these, let me know how well they've worked out for you. I know these guys are very old and they're very hard to come by now. Well, actually, not really. A lot of people actually have them, but you know, to find one in this good of condition, you see some that are, you know, don't have boxes. This one didn't come with a box, but Heads of Harry came with the original box and adapter. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.